Today, we're making a forest cake from the juicy palm trunk, the plant that once saved people from hunger. Go, show you the full real process, from choosing the tree to eating with wild honey. Check the bark color, grain, and tapping sounds solid and dull. That's the right age. Simple tools: a forest knife, wooden pestle, flat stone, clean cloths, a big pot, and spring water. Pounding begins. We cut the core small, bruise it, then pound in circles so the force spreads evenly. You can see starch dust flying, that starch breaking free from the fibers. Put the mash in a cloth, add cool spring water, squeeze and wring to pour starch into the water. The first starchy water goes to a basin. Keep pounding and wringing until we have enough. While it settles, we tidy the tools and swap in fresh cloths for the second strain. Touch the starch, resting it feels wet. A light squeeze feels dry. A firm squeeze turns it fluffy, classic starch behavior. Quick check. Hold a lump, no dripping. Release, it keeps shape. That's ready. Divide the starch into thumb-sized pieces. Equal size means equal cooking time. Lesson learned. Don't make them big cause they raw and skins crack. Small to medium is best. At a rolling boil, drop pieces in and stir the bottom lightly to prevent sticking and scorching. Keep medium heat. When pieces turn translucent, spring slightly and float, they're done. Meanwhile, prepare a bowl of wild honey. Light, fragrant honey won't overpower the starch aroma. Tip 2. If the starch is still wet, mix in some dry starch from a previous settled batch to balance moisture. Tip 4. Avoid high heat, surfaces crack while centers stay undercooked. Patience is the key spice. Dip in honey. Sweetness blooms and binds to the starch aroma, simple yet deep. If a bite feels firm, return it to the pot for 1 more minute. Don't fear cooking for perfection. Today, this cake is living memory, a way to thank the forest for starch and honey. We move on to batch 2. Roles divide. 1 shapes, 1 tends the fire, 1 lifts and drains. Upgrade idea. Sprinkle fine toasted sesame or shredded coconut, the aroma becomes rounder. Practical measure. 1 fist of cake fuels roughly half a day of trekking. Portion early so everyone gets a share and no one burns their mouth eating too hot. Back to the pot. Batch 2 is floating. Lift gently to avoid breakage and sticking. Lay cakes on leaves so air can flow underneath, dries them without steaming. Try a variant. Quick sear on charcoal, 30 seconds per side for a smoky crust. A tiny science note. Starch gelatinizes with heat, turning from opaque to translucent and elastic. We double check the fire. Coals glow but don't flare, safer in dry forest. Keep a water jar nearby to quench flames or rinse hands between steps. Now to enjoy. Boiled cakes, seared cakes, honey dipped sesame sprinkle. Each has its character. For savory fans, dip in sesame salt sparingly, so the starch aroma remains. Common mistakes: steaming too thick, heat too high, hot too full leads to cracked skin and will cause. We share equal portions, a modest meal, but warming. Lasting fullness comes from evenly cooked starch and energy-rich honey. Leftover starch is wrapped and kept cool. Tomorrow, it can be pan-fried crisp like crackers. Clean up, quench coals, cover with soil, pour water. No trace of fire remains. The forest feeds us, we repay it with care and gratitude. Looking back on the day, hard labor traded for a proper meal, happiness is right there. And when wrong, stop and fix. We switched from steaming to boiling, and it worked. At home, you can try a substitute, tapioca starch or arrowroot if Dusi isn't available. Same principle. Gelatinize starch, build chewiness, pair with gentle sweetness. We pack pots and cloths and rinse them at the stream below. Organic scraps are buried shallow to avoid attracting wildlife and ants. A last look at the fire site, no smoke, no embers, only footprints. If this video helps, please share it so more people learn about this forest cake. There are many variations: pandan scented water or coconut milk drizzle. When we can, we'll return to film those versions for you to try. Thanks for staying to the end. May your day be full and peaceful. Ending. We share the cakes, wave goodbye, clean the site thoroughly. See you on the next trip.